Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a long time, but we're back. We got some a little bit of work in store for today. Flying solo, see how much I can get done. Apologize for the delay. Happy to be back. I think we're gonna have a lot of videos out this month. Got to get this thing ready for paint. Got to get the motor back in. We got all kinds of plans for it. I'll show you what we got going on today. This front bumper, stock GM bumper, got with a little toe lug here. We're going to make this thing a little bit more racy. We got Silverado SS style bumper that we're going to put on this thing, and no idea how it's going to fit. Doesn't look like it's going to fit very well. I don't think it's made for this older body style single headlight. I think it's more for the newer style. We're going to make it work anyways. It's going to give us brake ducts for brake cooling that we're going to be hooking up in the next couple of weeks. And it's going to allow us to run a front splitter, so a little bit of aero stuff. It actually should look better and give us a little bit more performance. I think we're going to do a little time lapse of the disassembly and see how fast I can get this done by myself. All right, before we dive in too much to today's work, I wanted to give you guys a quick little tour of what we got to do this month to get ready for paint. Obviously the truck is a horrible green-purple combination. That was never intended to run that in the race series. We just ran out of time. Little known fact, we didn't even grind the welds on the quarter panel on this side. Just painted it black. Couldn't really see that on the racetrack. Same thing for the tailgate's actually welded in. I think we did kind of grind most of those welds. And then, worse than not grinding welds, we just didn't even get a chance to replace this quarter. So, bet you didn't know that, but one of those things we got to do this month, get ready for paint. I got a brand new wheel arch right there. Obviously, we're going to strip sand. We're going to do this thing not the right way, per se, but we're going to do this the race car way. So it's got to look pretty good, but it's not necessarily going to be a street car automotive style finish. One thing to show you also, we were just talking about that little front bumper. Here we go. So it's got a little, I don't know if we're going to keep that open or block that off. I don't think it's really going to help us. And then we're actually going to make these were never functional on the Silverado SS's. They were never a functional brake duct, but on this truck we're actually going to make those functional. So that should be pretty cool. Like I said, I think this is going to look really trick, but yet also give us some performance gains. We didn't have brake ducts last year, and our brake wear was a lot. Our brakes were wearing a lot faster than we were hoping. So, considering quite expensive, I think a little bit was maybe because of added built-up heat. So, let's start hammering on this thing and see how far we get today. Well, here it is. Apparently the battery died during the time lapse at some point. I've just got it mocked up a little bit. Got a couple brackets inside here that actually I was able to reuse. And then what I'm gonna do, I got these clecos in here, which are basically temporary rivets. They're holding the bumper down. What I'm actually gonna do is drill holes here so we can nut and bolt it. I want the front of the truck's gonna be pretty low, so I wanna be able to pull a bumper on and off really easily to load it on the trailer. Potentially even in the big trailer, might need the bumper off. But it looks like my clearance issues aren't as bad as I expected under the grill there. And I think it looks pretty cool. What we're gonna do, in order to lower the truck, or lower the front of the truck a little bit further, we're going to actually, turns out, you may have seen in the time lapse, where this stock lower valance actually fits up under the truck. It fits perfectly. I don't know if you can see that. But it actually fits the body lines near perfectly. So what we're gonna do is I think we're gonna add that on the bottom just to get it lower to the ground before we put that splitter on. So I'll probably have to trim it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to keep the full, whatever, 6 or 8 inches of height on that lip. But I think we're gonna put it on and see what happens. One thing I forgot to mention was we need to integrate a toe strap just like we had before. The other one was not so great at best. This one should be plenty strong. We're gonna mount it right to the existing metal bumper here with this hole. I'm just gonna enlarge it. And then you may have seen me cut the slot in the bumper already, so it'll just protrude through there and it'll be a nice little clean look. I think these new straps are gonna be extra trick. How's that look? I think that's gonna look pretty badass. I'm sure we're gonna have to trim the lower valance that we just installed. Might be a little too low. But yeah, I think that's a big improvement. One thing we're definitely gonna have to do is fill this hole. Not sure how we're gonna do that just yet. Because that's a big, what we're trying to do is stop air from going underneath the truck. And right now this doesn't help with cooling at all. Our radiator, the bottom of the radiator is about here. So having that hole there is just unwanted air under the truck. Turbulence, we don't need. Every little bit helps. All right, that's gonna be all for today. Didn't get quite as much done as I planned. But the bumper is on. It's a little bit behind the scenes work I had to do to mount it. You guys couldn't really see that. And then I got the lower valance, like I explained earlier, from the original bumper, which actually fits really well. I think we're gonna have to trim that. The way it sits right now, it's probably just a touch too low. Probably pull an inch or two out of it. And add a little splitter. So I think that's gonna be next week's project, or one night this week, not really sure. Until then, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully you guys liked it. Like, subscribe, all that junk. Appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.